Hi, and welcome to yet another episode of Making in India. With this initiative, Kaustav, Akshay, and myself, we are on a journey to bring out the raw, uncut stories of people who are making our India by making in India. Now, guys, you've already heard about this wave of online mangana across India, but have you really thought how this online bechna has evolved? Today we have with us Online Becho, a company incorporated in 2014 who has been helping brands set up their online shops, and now they have even forayed into a complete e-commerce distribution. We have with us Harshal, who's a tech savvy, an e-commerce expert, and a relentless individual who has been helping individuals and companies complete their online e-commerce journey. Harshal, thank you for your time and thank you for coming to our show.
Hi Chirag, and thanks for the good introduction.
So, before we start, Harshal, please introduce us how Online Becho is, what Online Becho is all about.
Online Becho is a house of brands. We take the journey of a brand from 0 to 1 and ahead, first through the digital presence and in a very structured, systematic manner. Online Becho does this very uniquely because we get into a strategic partnership with all the manufacturers and product creators.
Okay.
So let me give you an example. There are इंडिया में बहुत सारे मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं जो ब्रांड्स के लिए प्रोडक्ट बना के देते हैं.
Right.
जैसे ही वो ब्रांड बड़ा हो जाता है वो मैन्युफैक्चरर को उसके कोई बेनिफिट्स नहीं मिलते. Right, the brand takes an exit with brand valuation and they do everything or they may switch on to another manufacturer. But online बेचो एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसके साथ जब मैन्युफैक्चरर कनेक्ट हो जाता है देन वी टेक दैट पार्टनरशिप फॉर सेल्स marketing and the valuation of the brand is given also to the manufacturer when the exit happens. So this is how Online Becho is a very different platform. Yes, we are an e-commerce platform, but we are taking this journey with all the manufacturers, and that is what Making in India is all about.
Right. So, tell us, Harshal, how did you start? How did you come up with this idea?
Jatin, who is my co-founder, joined Tata Croma. And in Croma, he enabled their complete e-commerce division, connected them to the marketplace. So, ऐसे बहुत सारे brands थे who used to consult Jatin about how do they actually take their digital journey. And with this, he got the idea and this vision came that India में ऐसे बहुत सारे brands हैं, बहुत सारे manufacturers and काफ़ी सारे ऐसे products हैं जिनको एक digital presence ज़रूरी है. I had completed my engineering and I was working with Siemens and L&T, and we understood that in Online Becho there is a very big element of tech and product development that is important.
Right.
Because it's completely digital, and that's where I stepped in to take the tech and the operations part of it.
Tell me, how did you get your first client? How were you able to make your first sale?
So fun fact here, हमारे पास brands पहले से थे even before the company actually started.
Okay.
So we were managing brands when we were in our previous jobs as part-time consulting, and उनकी sales इतनी बढ़ गई कि the natural way out was to start a company and do it full time. Because Jatin was from e-commerce, he knew कि क्या departments लगेंगे, which type of talent we need to hire, what should be that skill set, how much of tech is important into it. So when I joined and the company got registered, we had these things already planned.
Okay.
So हमने उतने talent को hire किया हुआ था. And what we did is very smartly we got this opportunity of connecting to Amazon. So जब हमने शुरू किया, Amazon was also new.
Right.
We became the very early Amazon service providers. Okay. And we used to get numerous leads from Amazon daily and weekly.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to say that over the years, we have onboarded somewhere around 30,000 accounts on Amazon and other marketplaces.
30,000 accounts, 30,000 businesses that you have helped come your online.
Yes.
I don't know, this is an achievement on itself, by the way. So there's nothing short of an achievement, and no power to you. Amongst this 30,000 brands, and there are just 30,000, I believe there are so many more who want to come online. Genuinely, please tell me, what does a brand needs to know before he thinks of coming online? What is something that they should know and consider before they even plan to come online?
So we have worked with a lot of manufacturers and brands. The very important factor that comes when you're creating a brand journey or a journey in the consumer products is the problem that you're trying to solve for the customer.
Right.
And that problem then gives you the advantage of designing the right set of product lines.
Okay.
So I like to give an example over here. We have partnered with a brand, and the brand name is Fix and Health.
Okay.
They are in the category of nutraceuticals, health supplements.
Okay.
So one of the founder is a doctor practicing in Mumbai for the last 20 years.
Okay.
They got this kind vision that they want, since nutraceuticals are there in the market, health supplements are there in the market, but those are synthetic. They wanted to make something which is natural, plant-based, vegan, and that's where the overall product line has got developed so nice. All their products have no added sugar, and because the doctors made the formulations, they got regulation approvals very quickly. And now the product line has very different products, like effervescent tablets, they have liquid filled capsules. So overall we understand that what problem you're trying to solve for the end consumer will definitely give you the biggest boost. Then is where online BHO, a partner like online BHO comes into picture, where we got them a very speedy launch on all the marketplaces. So their sales channel multiplied. So taking this example ahead, I would like to tell you that this brand is present on Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, JioMart, 1mg, Netmeds, Pharmacy, Big Basket, Nykaa and Myntra, and their own D2C platform. So this brand is doing decent amount of sales. They are operationally profitable, and it's been just a 2.5 year journey from when the brand has actually started. They've got so many sales channels right now here in the online platform. They got inquiries from the offline pharmacies, and they in the western region they are available in 600 pharmacy stores.
And like has been a journey of over 10 years. Please share more stories such as this that you have, and any particular story or with a brand that's very close to you.
They work with one brand which is in the water purifier domain. This is very close to my heart because it was one of our initial brands, and I've worked with this brand for so long. He's a very passionate manufacturer, I would say.
Okay.
They manufacture water purifiers. Their brand name is Ruby Water Purifier. And to give you the numbers, their peak sales was 1 crore per month on Amazon.
Okay.
Now, if you see, water purifier is a very difficult category because it requires installations across all the pin codes in India.
Right.
So how do we solve that? And the expectations of the already established brands which are there in the market was very high. They have set a very good standard, and they're doing a very good job. So how do we take this manufacturer who is in a district in Satara in Maharashtra and scale the presence so high all across India, and also deliver the same amount of customer care and service which is as per the standards which are there in the market?
Right.
So that's where we not only were their marketing and sales partner, but we also got into how do we get into solving their customer care issues, their service availability. Having said that, we also got into developing a new product under this category which is not available by any other manufacturer in India.
Okay.
Here, what we have done is the filters which are there in a water purifier, they can be self-changeable by the user. Okay, so it has been made so simple that you don't need a technician to do all of that simple activity.
Okay.
So the filter changing time has reduced from 48 hours to 2 minutes.
So now you don't need to call a technician. You can just order a filter and change it on your own.
Yes.
And this development is totally done with the help of online filter.
This has been done in India with the help of online BHO and the passion of that manufacturer. Also, the manufacturing capacity of this brand has increased 5 times. Earlier, they were manufacturing 2,000 units in a month. Now they are manufacturing 10,000 units a month. So that's big. That's how the overall brand development is.
Across this 30,000 brands, there would be some stories where brands have not liked your offering to them. Can you share some light on that?
Yeah, so like you have good brands, you also have brands that have not performed good. And I would like to say that we are not a magician, that we would do, wonderful things for all the brands that we have been working with. Yes, we have learned a lot from our good brands as well as from our bad brands. And we have taken immediate actions on SOPs that we have developed over the period of time. The advantage of working with lot number of brands was our case studies have got so matured, and our team who is working with us since many years, they've understood what a brand would need, and we have added those departments time and again in the organization. Here I would like to tell you something which is very contradictory. क्योंकि हम अच्छा काम कर रहे थे, that was a challenge for our company.
I mean, like, it's up to that is a challenge for you.
Yes.
Please go deeper in that.
We in the earlier days we used to get good number of sales for our brands. The revenue was multiplying very rapidly, and मतलब zero से million लेके जाने में हम सिर्फ it was just a couple of months.
Okay.
And that's fast how we used to grow the sales because competition was less, and we were very few brands were there online, and because of this brand used to leave us. Okay. And उनको ऐसा लगता था कि they will hire an in-house team, a set of people, and then they can get the sales done because they already अपने setup कर दिया. Yes.
Okay.
तो setup होने के बाद they were like अभी हम खुद से manage कर लेंगे.
Okay.
But यही वो challenge था जो we had to figure out. We took this as a positive challenge, and what we did is we structured our agreement in such a way that now we get into a strategic partnership, and then only take an agreement with the brand. Here the advantage is we also get into a lot of things which earlier we were not getting into, being it research, being it design, being it investments in the marketing efforts that we are doing.
So the way I see it, you did a good job for them and they left you.
Yes.
So,
and they left us after some years or some months. They did a bad job. They came back to us. Then they want to restart.
Isn't that a good ego boost to have, or a good validation to have?
So I take that as a validation that we are doing something good, and this really motivated us that whatever processes that we have and the team that we have, they're doing a very good job.
So we talked about the past 10 years. I want to understand from you, what are the next 10 years for online Becho? How do you see online Becho in the near future?
Online Becho, we take the brand journey through digital presence. And digital presence was these marketplaces and the D2C platforms. Lately, if I say quick commerce has entered the sales, digital sales, and we are happy to announce that we also have got onboarded with Blinkit and soon to be onboarded with Zepto, which are very big players in the quick commerce. At the same time, most of our brands have started getting inquiries from modern retail. So like we have some inquiries from DMart. We also pitch to other great retailers like Tata Chroma and Reliance Retail. Soon we are seeing that there's a huge cross-border trade that is happening. So earlier, all the manufacturers and brands in India were only limiting their sales to Indian territory, but with Amazon.com and Walmart.com and other e-commerce players who are doing cross-border, we do a good sizable amount of sales for our brands in cross-border trade, and that's where we see exports is the next future for online Becho. So we don't want to limit ourselves just being an online player and in Indian territory. We want to see a very 360-degree approach where global exports is also considered through online Becho.
Right. And how do you think the sellers need to evolve with this changing landscape of e-commerce?
Sellers need to be very open because every sales channel that is getting added, it's serving the consumer in a better way, right? So we have seen the delivery times from 7 days to 10 months, which is a very unique for India, and the consumers are really aligned towards it. Um, Sellers need to understand that every format of business will require some adaptability at dollar. So, be it e-commerce, you need to understand what are the important parameters for the end consumer to order. At the same time, when it's quick commerce or when it is exports, what are the parameters that are going in their favor? And if they don't have certain things, they will have to acquire them either directly in-house or through a partnered route, right? And like an aggregator or an online distributor like us. Every platform works in a different way. Some platforms are B2C, some platforms are B2B, some are B2B2C. So how do you actually make your facility so comprehensive that it can take care of all the orders that you're getting? Every sales channel is important because if you're not present on a particular sales channel, you are actually giving your competitor, the competitors might get a advantage of that. So this is where we have made sure that we are available on the platforms and all the sales channels are open, and we are adding new sales channel as and when we get a onboarding to the system.
Right. So I see these are the challenges of adaptability which they need to figure out. Can you tell me about some challenges which a seller might not be able to see while they start their journey on e-commerce?
So that's a very nice question, and it's very important. We have met a lot of brands over the period of time, and they come to us saying that they got a very initial good business from these marketplaces. They were selling like good numbers, and after 6 months or 1 year, they saw their books were in red. They were getting losses for every order that they were serving. So there are a lot of hidden costs that they need to understand before they actually price their product. So pricing is important. The logistics, basically you get a lot of returns, so how do you manage your returns? There is a lot of accounts and payment reconciliation which is important to be done. If not done correctly, definitely a brand can, and because brands were not able to understand the account and payment reconciliation, even they were doing good profitable business, they have shut down. So it's very important to have the right set of skill set, so as to understand what is going behind this e-commerce journey, because offline trade was very simple, but when it comes to e-commerce, there are many things that are
They need to consider.
Like there are margins, and there are fixed closing fees, and there is a warehousing charge, then you have logistics fees, then you have reverse logistics to be maintained, and all of this along with account reconciliation is a challenge. So there has been cases where metrology department gives an audit, and some of the brands, they don't meet those parameters, and that's where they get huge number of penalties.
Okay.
There are TDS liabilities and TCS liabilities which are to be taken into consideration when you're selling online. So this are certain things which a brand needs to have an understanding about before or maybe during their journey when they are selling online.
So historically there have been brands who have been working with distributors from a long time, and I believe they will be slightly irritated by the fact that now you are selling on. Like, how do you safeguard this manufacturer distributor relationship while selling the same product online? Because net the end consumer is the same.
So we take an exclusivity for selling online so that the offline players don't latch on to the online platform. At the same time, our alignment with the offline pricing and the brand pricing is there mentioned in the agreement. So if a brand tells us that you have to sell a product on MRP, we would maintain that pricing only in the online marketplaces. And whenever there are festive offers that are running for the offline markets, the same amount of festive offers will be running on. So it's a very seamless kind of a pricing strategy that we work on. Having said that, we run a lot of tech behind in terms of understanding if there is any price disparity which is there when it comes to the marketplaces within themselves.
In general, do you have problems or conflicts when you deal with, say, a same product having different brands? So let's say a water purifier and you're dealing with two different manufacturers of water purifier. How do you deal with that? Since you talked about exclusivity, that is what I'm trying to answer.
When we are onboarding a brand, we definitely look into a lot of parameters. We don't just onboard every brand that we are working with under a strategic partnership.
Okay.
We make sure that the brand is serving a particular problem and the products are unique. Like if you see the offline market, a distributor for a lot of pharmaceutical companies would be the same.
He'll sell multiple brands.
Right. They will sell multiple brands. The advantage of that is the end chemist who is going to, get the material from the distributor. So it's very cost effective. And there are a lot of SOPs which are common. So if you appoint multiple, or if you every time go for a new distributor, they would pay repetitive mistakes that are happening.
Okay.
So in our case, if the brands come to us, we definitely select the brands, and if there is multiple brands under the same category, we understand what is the differentiation and how to they target different set of market segments that are there. And yes, for the brands, what is important is they are getting a distributor who is matured enough to sell that category. So
even if expertise and replicating that expertise from one year.
So we have brands under the same category, multiple brands, but yes, there is product differentiation, and at the same time, our expertise in that particular category is what we leverage to increase the sales of both the brands.
So broadly speaking, I think this is the incentive for a manufacturer to come on board with you.
What Online Vecho does is we very strategically give them the advantage of partnering at the brand overall.
Okay.
So the journey it's very simple that you make a product, but to create a brand, it requires a really great amount of efforts, right? But when you create a brand, the valuation of that brand is what is very huge. And traditionally, we have been seeing that there have been a lot of manufacturers who have been serving the brands. They create good products, but the benefit of that is going to the brand and never the manufacturer. And this is what we are trying to break this barrier, that the manufacturer should also get the benefit of the brand valuation in the time of exit, or maybe in the future when the brand really goes big. The expertise of Online Vecho in the online domain is really the 10 years journey that we have done, the number of brands that we have scaled. And yes, we have a geographical presence in terms of warehouses, in terms of technical systems all across India. So all our
warehouses across India?
Yes. So we have multiple warehouses across India. We have partnered with Amazon and Flipkart warehouses. So we send goods to Amazon and Flipkart warehouses. So all our products, they same day delivery and one day delivery options.
So the products, with your expertise, a brand can have a one-day delivery and because of your distribution partner in your warehouse.
Yes. And now that we are onboarded on quick commerce, so our goods will be stored in the dark warehouses of this quick commerce portals. So yes, we see that a 10 minutes delivery is also an option open for all the brands and are associated with us.
So just to broadly sum this up, can you list me down the 3 pros that a manufacturer will get when he comes online?
If you are a manufacturer or a new brand or a product creator, What e-commerce gives you is the validation from a customer, whether your product is right, whether it is serving the right problem area, and whether it is good or not. Right? So what happens is once you sell online, you see a real customer writing a feedback about your product. And once you get into that feedback, if it is a good product, you will get positive feedbacks. And because it's a positive feedback, you will get motivated to, get it reached across multiple sales channels. Second, if it is a negative feedback, you get a very, in a very less time frame, you understand, okay, what you're making is not right. Maybe you can enhance that product to a better product or switch to a different category. So product validation is something which is very important when it comes to e-commerce broadly. Second is the wide reach. So wide reach, I would like to tell you that it's not only reach in a particular region, like a west region or a south region, it is all India. And don't see e-commerce just to limiting yourself to all India, it's all across the globe. So you can you're sitting at maybe a small district somewhere in India, but you have the whole world where you can get through your e-commerce journey, e-commerce portals, you can sell your products. Right. And the third, which is very important, is the valuation, I would say, because if you are creating something which is very unique and solving customers' problem, and your products are really good, you have a good sales reach, your brand definitely has a very good value, and that is what you should harness upon.
Right, and we understand that because, say, Warren Beverages, who makes the cold drinks, is valued at X, whereas Pepsi, who's selling that who's selling that cold drink, is valued as maybe 100X.
And a million
X of that matter, right? Absolutely. So it's been fantastic hearing from you, Harshal, and I would genuinely want to know, how has this journey been for you as a person?
The journey has been very enriching. Working with numerous manufacturers in India, I feel India is a very big market, because I've worked in multinational and I've worked with real manufacturers on the floor. I feel it's very important for people like us to connect to the real India and take it to a global level.
Right.
And that's where we are doing our best at Online BHO in terms of the capability that we have, in terms of the technical knowledge that we have. And in future, we see that India, like the vision that our current government has, that we should be a global superpower.
So you talked about dealing with manufacturers across India. Tell me your sense of outlook for the manufacturers of India.
India traditionally have a very service heavy approach over with the IT revolution that has happened. We see that the Make in India project and the development of the MSME department helping a lot of manufacturers and MSMEs through a lot of schemes is going to be the game changer. All the manufacturers in India should focus on tech development. They should be focusing on increasing production capacity, and at the same time trying new channels for sales. Now we see a lot of manufacturers who are there in tier 2, tier 3 cities. They can also participate in this journey of India being a manufacturing hub, because anywhere you are in India, you get that opportunity of selling to all the consumers around the world at the click of a button.
So tell me about the evolution of the tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India.
If you see online, it's been a very drastic change that has happened when as far as the ordering from the consumers. Pre-COVID, I would say 80% of the business online was happening from tier 1 and just 20% from the rest of India. Post-COVID, the thing has really flipped, maybe 65% is from the rest of India, and just 35% from tier 1. Having said that, it's because the overall reach has expanded, and new consumers and new users have got added from those parts. And yes, since it was COVID, people had no other option but to purchase online. So that's how consumer behavior has changed.
Thank you, Harshal. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your insightful insights about e-commerce. As a token of appreciation, we have a small gift that you would like to give me, like to present you. Thank you for making our India. Keep inspiring.
Thank you so much. I hope our story definitely encourages our next generation of entrepreneurs and manufacturers to take it more.
With then, this is the end of our show today. We'll see you next week.